You are very welcome back. Now, we are going on to study. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're doing junior cert, higher level, or leaving cert, ordinary level, or leaving cert, higher level for that matter. You need to understand what's in here. So it doesn't matter that this is the higher level junior cert book. It's something almost the exact same. I wouldn't be surprised if it is the exact same in your ordinary level leaving cert book. So this is regardless of whether you're doing leaving cert or junior cert. Okay, here we go. So we need a bit of theory here. So the theory is we have three parallel lines. 1, 2, 3. Equally spaced. And we know they're equally spaced because of this transversal P. Okay, that's my transversal. And the minute I know that this equals this, say with the two clicks that they have here in the red, then they are equally spaced. And here's the theorem. Any other transversal, say the more slanty I go, say I go out here slanty, the longer these bits become, but nevertheless they're the same. So that's simple. Okay? So that should make sense to you just from it seem like common sense. There is a proof. It's based on similar triangles, but right now we're not worried about the proof. We're worried about that equals that. Okay, that's simple. Doesn't matter. Fire play. So we have x plus 5 equals 12. What is that? That's a linear equation. We're going to isolate x. We're going to change side that term, transpose that term. It's going to become 12 take 5 is 7. Okay, and then we can check 7 and 5 is indeed equal to 12. Okay, if q is another, is find the value of x. Yeah, q. Okay, done. Okay, so I gather so what they're doing here is we know that the big one, 12 is to 8, is that 9 is to this. But there's another piece of, based on the last section, based on similar triangles. But there's also the fact that this proportion equals this little proportion here. Okay, and actually that isn't even what they're going at here. This is actually belonging in the previous section. Okay, so what do they want? They want me to find from A to E. From A to E. They want me to find this. Okay, so here's our proportionality. It should just make eminent sense to you. Always start with your unknown up top, like that. A to E is the small is to the long. Again, this is actually similar. This top triangle is similar to the big one. That's what I'm using. So I've AE is to 9, which correspond equals 8 is to 12. Because these are the corresponding fellows over here. And we're going from the small to big. So the 9 comes up. So what am I doing? I'm solving a linear equation. I'm solving a proportion, which is a very special type of linear equation. Really easy to solve. Up comes the 9. Do a little bit of work here. Or you just put it all in your calculator is fine. 3 goes in there. I'm doing it old school here. You know what? No, I'm not doing it old school. Let's step back and bring our calculator into it. Come on, guys. I gotta be honest and realistic about how are we going to get our exams. What are we going to do in there? That's really old school pen and paper maths. That has no place here. So I'll do my Alt tab to bring up my calculator. Okay, I lost my OneNote. Let's try and bring it back. Oh, lads, I have to do a little trick here now. Hopefully there'll be no names, or this whole video will be gone if I see any of your names. Actually, it won't, because I'm using it. If I can keep it internal, even if I do see one of your names, it's going to be internal. As in, if I post it in Teams, then I'm GDPR compliant. All about being GDPR compliant. Now, anyway, I don't see any of your names here. I only see sections. So this can still go to YouTube. Now, here's the thing. If I bring up my calculator now, it'll sit to the side. Just one of the quirks of OneNote that I noticed over time is that if you've it open fully, then it buries the calculator. Now, so the calculator is sitting on top of OneNote now. The minute I click here, it's gone. But I click back here, it's back again. You see? Anyway, that's probably more for myself I'm talking than anything else. Okay, so I'm going with my fraction bar. I have 8 by 9 over 12. And a few reasons to use your calculator rather than mental maths or pen and paper maths. One is that, you know, you mightn't always see all the reductions. So it'll do the calculating, it'll do the simplifying, and it will really simplify things that you might not have seen. Okay, so AE equals 6. Great. So as you know, a simple rule of thumb is you're doing every third, you're doing the multiples of 3. Now you see the way that's going on is because there's a pile of them across the page for you. So here we are, we're doing question 3. And I would not be spending too much time looking at this first. I'd be looking at this. And I want you to think, what are they going to probably ask me? They're probably going to ask me, oh, what is E? Oh, I don't know what they're going to ask me. We will have to read it after all. If find the value of A. Yeah, but look, if BC plus EF equals 3. If BC, what on earth? If this length plus this length equals 3. Hey, this is difficult. Yeah. Sure, look, these are the same. So this is 2A, and this is 3A. And now this and this equals 3. Well, this is 4A. This is 6A equals 3. 10A equals 3 implies A equals 3 over 10 centimeters. Yep, on we go. 6. Find x. X over 5 equals 3 over 6. So this is to do with this section. We didn't see that last section because we're always talking about the big triangle and small triangle. But you can do the slivers here if you like. Okay, so just I hope that just seems very intuitive anyway to you. That divided by that will be the same as that divided by this. Okay, so essentially the transversals, this transversal, it's cutting internally and externally as 3 is to 6. And that 3 is to 6 has to be the same as this x over 5, even though this is going at a different angle. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. Anyway, so then what happens is the 5 comes up. I do that. I do this. I should probably kill a few applications. I can't go near that Teams now again. I can kill all this stuff down here. But I'll do it in the next video because I don't want loads of stuff open. It's another thing when you're presenting and is that you don't have all the stuff open. And I definitely don't also should be turning everything off so I can't get interrupted. Anyway, that was cancelled there. And I'm just going to clear the decks here and do that calculation. Because while I've been doing mental maths all my life, and I'll tell you an interesting one is when I went to school, this will tell you how old I am. It was when I went into secondary school, it was the first year calculators were even allowed in schools. So that'll tell you. So x anyway is 5 over 2. Calculator told me that. So it's true. And if there are no units, I'll write the word units. Okay. On to the next one. X over 6. Of course, you can go that way as well. 6 over 4, and in this case, we get the exact same equation as we'd expect. X over 6 equals 6 over 4. 36 over 4, I can see the answer is 9, so let me say it. X equals 9. And in units, just in case you lose a mark for not saying it. Okay, X over 4, dividing that way, equals 5 over 3. Up comes the 4. The answer is 20 over 3 units. Driving on, going full page. We're looking for another multiple of 3. Well, 7 isn't a multiple of 3. 8 isn't a multiple of 3. We're on to question 9. Find AE. Find the distance from A to E. This bit. Fine. That acts as my variable. A to E. Okay, that little bit divided by this total bit equals this little bit divided by this total bit equals 8 over 12. So we'll bring up the 9 and we'll let the calculator do the rest. So it's 8 nines over 12. Clear fraction. I gotta show you a trick. 8 by 9. Oh, you're gonna either hate me, hate this, or love it. Over 12. Look at that. Boom. Equals 6. Okay, AE equals 6. And on we go to question 12. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying getting away from the pen, paper and pencil, using a bit of technology. Whoops. Just when I was saying these things are going well, but I'm enjoying it, it all turns to pot. 9 was done, wasn't it? We're on to question 12. Okay. Better look for some question here. RT is our variable. RT. This bit. What's going on? Oh, they've given us numbers and they haven't put them on. For once, looking at the picture isn't enough. Okay, so we do have to split our attention here. So XS, and we have to sub in onto the diagram that this bit is 5. Y to T is 6. A little bit longer over here because it's more slanty. R to S is 12. You can either leave that and use it, or you can say that this is 7. That's kind of redundant, so we'll leave the 12 there and a 5 here. We have a 6 here. Notice how I'm just using little indicating intervals, line segments at least, to get my thoughts together, and that'll be it really. Actually, it all is dictated by the fact that they want RT, which is this length. So that tells me I want my RT over 6 equals 12 over 5. Up comes the 6. You're waiting to see that. No, you're not. You're doing that trick now yourselves. So it is quicker than going to a fraction bar. There are 3 factors here. There's a factor of 12 times a factor. Remember products. Factors multiplied together to give product. 12 by 6. But the factor downstairs is a 5. And because it's downstairs, you can just say this fellow says it's downstairs. Boom. Okay, answer 72 over 5 centimeters. If you want, and if you can't help yourself, knock yourself out, make it decimal, with a shift equals, but you don't have to. 14.4. Both equally correct. Driving on. We're going to question, no we're not, we're done. Okay. As always, students, see you in the next one.